There's been many throwbacks and many Easter eggs in Power Book 2 Ghost to the original Power series, and I've touched on many throughout my videos over the last couple of weeks, and there seems to be another common theme where karma could be coming back to hit Tariq St. Patrick. In this video, I explain how the theme of stealing has come from the original Power series all the way to Power Book 2 Ghost. So welcome back to MovieBot, and let's talk about these Power and Power Book 2 connections.
Man, I swear I wouldn't do it again.
You're goddamn right about that.
Uncle Tommy, what the fuck? What are you gonna do to me? Please, don't kill me. What the fuck?
I killed motherfuckers for less.
Don't drop me, please. Please. Uncle Tommy, what are you doing?
So hope you're all having a great weekend. I just wanted to say a big thank you to Gianni and Woody, who played Braden and Kane on Power, for shouting me out again on Instagram the other day. I didn't really expect them to, but it was a nice touch, and I'm grateful to you guys as well who have been following me, watching my videos, who have made it happen, so thank you to you guys as well. But with that being said, I'm going to be talking about connections with Tariq from the original Power series and Power Book 2 Ghost, and how they're continuing with this theme of stealing. And I've spoken about how Tariq seemed to have plenty of things seemingly fall his way during the first half of Power Book 2, and no doubt there's going to be tough times and challenging times for Tariq and Braden as well. But if you're new to the channel and you haven't done so already, then remember to smash the subscribe button, as well as dropping me a follow on Instagram at ig.moviebot. And just a quick reminder, my rewatch series is continuing tomorrow with seasons 1, episodes 3 and 4 tomorrow. I'll be uploading that at the usual time. But let's talk about these connections, because I've touched on a few connections and Easter eggs already in the last couple of weeks when I spoke about whether the gun Tariq got from Tommy and Ghost's old dead drops, and if it was the gun used to kill Tony Teresi. And I've spoken about how Lauren's mom could have been in the jewellery store already in the heist in season 3 episode 4, which Kanan and Jukebox crew robbed. And I touched on this briefly in my last video on Power on Friday when I spoke about Braden and Tariq, the theme of stealing. This theme of stealing which came from the original Power series, and I'll go through the connections as I go through this video. And it looks like this theme has done a full circle and karma could be coming back to bite Tariq. In the original Power series, we saw Tariq stealing product from Tommy that he used to sell at Cho and with Vincent, and Effie eliminated him as a threat by having him suspended for selling, and Tariq now has his stash of his own stolen while Trace took his stash. So this story's done a full circle from the original Power series, with karma doing its thing for Tariq. We don't know the outcome of this yet for Tariq, and I've gone through loads of ways this could play out, with Riley being accused for stealing the pills, Kane coming down to Stansfield when Monet doesn't receive her money on time, Braden killing his own brother, or Riley potentially either one of Riley or Trace overdosing, because there's a theme of overdosing which is followed from the original Power series, with Lauren's brother now in rehab for just this reason. But let's have another look at a story doing the full circle from the original Power series, and it involves Tariq's gun. Remember how in season 3 episode 4 Tariq stole this gun from Angela's flat? It seems like this has done a full circle all the way from the original Power series to Power Book 2, with Diana now stealing Tariq's gun, and the fallout from this is yet to be played out, because one thing for sure, Tariq will know that his original gun has been stolen or is missing, and this is something I feel they have to address. And if they don't, I'll be a little disappointed, but I do think Tariq will realise it's missing, and when he does, it'll be interesting to see who he blames, because he was in Trace's room first with Lauren, and then Riley, and then he was with Diana outside on the steps, so one of these girls are getting the blame. And as I said before, I do hope they come back to this, because you can't have Tariq being as smart as he is, and then completely ignoring the fact that his original gun is missing. So I fully expect them to address this, and I think this will play out in the early parts of the last half of the season. So those are two moments that I've done a full cycle from the original Power series all the way to Power Book 2, and could come back to bite Tariq. So they're definitely foreshadowing some tough moments for him, and this is a continuation of his stealing theme that we're going to stay on, because not only has Tariq had product stolen from him, his gun stolen from him, we've also seen Jabari stealing his work. But I actually think this is what Tariq can use to his advantage, because he's going to find out, because Jabari's next novel is definitely going to be a hit, and this is when Tariq will realise he's definitely going to use it to possibly even blackmail Jabari to pass his class. So this could actually be one of those where he could use to his advantage. Now let's move on to the next one, because Tariq has had his location stolen from his phone by Riley. Riley was of course sent to spy on Tariq by Cooper Saxe, and again linking it back to my first point, reminiscent from the original Power series, we saw Tariq taking the location of Tommy's warehouse, which he used to find and steal a stash from Tommy. With the location being stolen and sent to Cooper Saxe, this sent Cooper Saxe right to Tariq, and we all know what happened then. Saxe got a piece of evidence, which actually doesn't mean much considering Tariq was drugged up, he'd been drinking, and it wasn't exactly a full confession. And again, this is another one that is yet to play out. But sticking with Cooper Saxe, he's going to be trying to steal something else from Tariq as well, and that's his freedom. Saxe and McClane made a deal at the end of episode 5, but there's no doubt there's a twist to come, because even if Saxe doesn't trust McClane, his hands are tied right now because he knows that he was there at truth at the time of the murder, but he knows that he's not the killer. But the judge and jury don't know this, and if Saxe goes after Tariq and tries to take his freedom again, I definitely think this could backfire on Saxe. So this theme of stealing, which has followed Tariq from the original Power series all the way to Power Book 2, he's definitely going to have his fair share of karma with his stash stolen and his gun stolen too. And I've said Tariq has had it go all his way pretty much from the off, and he's made the double life seem easy. He's played the game of chess pretty much perfect, I would say, apart from one mistake that he's made when he went to Ghostgrave and he said he had to do it, which was caught on camera by Saxe. But fan theory even goes to as far as saying that this was set up by Tariq. I think this is a bit of a reach. I don't think there's no way he knew or he could have set this up. I personally don't think so anyway, and I think this theory is a bit of a reach and it would just seem unrealistic no matter how smart Tariq is. But with karma coming back to potentially bite Tariq, he's definitely going to be facing a tough time in the last half of the season, and this stealing theme that has followed Tariq from the original Power series will continue. We're going to see a lot of these play out with his stash being stolen, his gun being stolen, Jabari stealing his work, his location being stolen, which led Cooper Saxe to trying to steal his freedom. Now we're going to see all of these being played out in the last half of the season, and the only one that I can see Tariq which he can use to his advantage is Jabari stealing his work. But with the rest, he's really up against it. And this theme isn't the only theme that we've been seeing that's followed from the world of Power. There's many more that I'll touch on in a few separate videos, and I wouldn't say they're copying the exact same storyline with these. It just seems that karma has finally caught up with Tariq, because at the end when he shot Ghost, one of the things he said to him right before he shot him was, "When are you going to pay for all of the things that you've done?" So I guess you could say this is Tariq paying for all of the things that he's done, and he's done a full circle from the original Power series. But as I said, this stealing theme is just one of many themes from the original world of Power, and I'll be going through a lot more in a few more videos like this. So although these stories do seem a little familiar from the original Power series, I definitely don't think that they're copying the exact same storylines. But one thing I do see being played out during Power Book 2, which is evident since the start of the series, we are seeing the rise of Ghost through Tariq St. Patrick. You could say Diana is his Tasha, Lauren is his Angela, who may even disappear and go to Washington just like Angela did for Ghost when they were young. Brayden is his version of Tommy. We are literally seeing the rise of Ghost through Tariq St. Patrick, and I get questions a lot whether I think Ghost is alive, and what I would say to this is I think we should just enjoy the show for what it is, and if Ghost only appears in hallucinations like I said in this video, I'd be more than happy, and this is where I think they should just leave it, with just Tariq having hallucinations of Ghost and Kanan. So with that being said, let me know what you think about Trey stealing Tariq's stash, Diana stealing his gun, Jabari stealing his work, Riley stealing his location, and Cooper Saxe trying to steal his freedom. So drop me your thoughts and comments down below, and don't forget I'll be releasing my season 1 episode 3 and 4 review for the original Power series tomorrow, and if you're new to the channel and you haven't done so already, remember to smash the subscribe button and drop me a follow on ig.moviebot on Instagram. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.